Thieves community seeks to Taraba Plateau Benue killings frowns at agitation for break-up. There is a growing concern among the Tiv people living in Taraba State over the current killings across Nigeria, as well as the agitation for the division of the country. The group, who condemned all forms of killing and destruction of properties, as well as agitation for separation presently going on in some parts of the country, urged the authority concerned to, as a matter of urgency, bring to an end all such acts. In a communique made available to media practitioners in Jalingo shortly after their annual conference and celebration of the Feast of St. Augustine by the Tiv Catholic community in Jalingo Diocese, they noted that the rise of secessionist agitators in some parts of the country is enough handwriting on the wall for our leaders to urgently address the issues before we get to a point of no return, condemning in unequivocal terms all forms of killings, criminality, and marginalization of minorities across the nation. The ethnic group seeks urgent solution to the various vices presently pervading the country. They said, "We are deeply worried with the turn of events in the dear country Nigeria. Nigerians is gradually being turned into a killing field, and small numbers of deaths no longer matter and worthy of being reported in the media," stating that we only get to know or hear of killings when the number starts from 10 upwards. Citing recent killings in Jos, the Plateau state capital, and the neighboring Benue state, they said, "We particularly condemned attacks on our churches, the recent killings and reprisal in Jos, Benue, and mass abduction of innocent and helpless school children in parts of the country." While condemning the general insecurity in the country, they also called on the federal government of Taraba State to make more efforts to bring lasting peace to the central and southern parts of the state, which according to them have not known peace since 2014. The President St. Augustine Tiv Catholic Community, Jalingo Diocese, Dennis Embao expressed sadness that since 2014, most families in the central zone of the state have lost their source of livelihood and have been denied access to their farmlands. Any attempt for them to go back to their farms, homes in certain places, as lucidly stated in the communique, they said it's tantamount to inviting death. They said crisis which across to them occurred in the southern part of the state in 2019 through 2020 forced people into IDP camps without any hope of when returning to their ancestral land. They urged the state government to redouble her efforts in resolving the crisis and making adequate security arrangements for the safe return of all the displaced persons back to their homes in Wukari, Ibi, Danga, Takum, Gaso, and Bali local government area and resettle them accordingly. Okay, we have heard you people. Now it's time for Nigerians to react. I don't really think this is coming out from the thief, because only those that are living in Benue state that knows the numbers of killings that has been going on in the state, only them know. It seems like many of those people that are talking have not been in Benue State for a long while. All those thief people that are talking, I'm very sure they are the ones that have stayed Jalingo over the years and have not gone to the thief land, because they don't know what has been happening in Benue State, in area of Benue State, in the thief place precisely. They don't know anything, and they are here ranting and saying all sort of rubbish that they don't want this, they don't want that. Why don't it's even good that they are telling the federal government that they should do something about this whole thing. Instead, they are here telling us that they don't want agitation. What do they know? What have they seen? If member of their family have been killed in all the killings that Fulani herdsmen have killed people in Tiv land, they wouldn't have been saying all these rubbish things they are saying. Well, let's go to the comment section and hear people's take on this. When you are serious, you will support agitators, so they should keep quiet and accept their fate. But these people are also not serious. I hear them say they also condemn agitation for secession. That's funny. Do you need to be told that Fulani terrorists want to wipe off the Middle Belt Christians communities and nationalites and take over their lands? In fact, the rest of Nigeria better join hands with secessionist group and create your own Midwest Republic. It will be backed by UN. Otherwise, Buhari will ensure you are all wiped off. Exactly. Thieves should face what is facing them. And since they are frowning at agitation, we are also frowning at their complaints of the killings going on in their place. Unserious hypocrites. Don't say all the thief people are the unserious hypocrites, because they know nothing about this whole thing. These are the thief people in Jalingo, in Taraba state. So you don't have to say that they all are the ones who are unserious people, because they know nothing concerning these whole stories that this particular thief community people are talking about. Because those that are in Benue state that knows what is happening over there will never agree to this at all. They will never, because they know what has been going on over there, and they are the ones who are staying there. They said those that wear shoes are the ones who knows where it pinches. So these ones know nothing. So you can't just say all the thief people are the same. These ones, they are in Taraba state and they know nothing about what is happening in Benue. They are just saying that they are frowning at the killings of Plateau, Benue, Taraba, so on and so forth. But they never said that they have been there to witness what has been happening in Tiv land in Benue state. Only Governor Otom, who is the governor of Benue state, will know where the shoe inches, not this so-called community thief people in Taraba state. We cry to God for what is happening, and yet we commit adultery, alcohol drinking, gamble, homosexual, gossiping, corruption by politician, individual, and shedding of innocent blood through ritual, kidnap, robbery, so on and so forth. Heaven help those who help themselves. If they don't want agitation, they must learn to bear the killings of their king's men without any compliance. Hypocrites. Wow. Something I ask myself, if a thief man will ever know his enemy or his problem. If you have chosen to die in their hand, must everybody die with you? Nobody is dying with anybody. Oh. With all these things that useless Fulani killers are doing, Buhari still have guts to tell governors to allow Fulani killers to come and settle in their fatherland. Shameless Fulani, they will never leave their own fatherland and settle in another man's land. Shame on Buhari, shame on never do well Fulani killers. Okay, oh, may God forgive you and give you grace to repent. Okay, I think a lot of people are agitating and so more people are angry about this.